Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Studio. And we're absolutely going to be have some a little bit of news said that Google's depreciation isn't going to be for such as like that. That must be an unsupported warning is on our way for all users of Windows 10 will be taken effect starting in July. And that won't be a little bit easily like I just gotta be said around here. I just accidentally look at the cars, probably. Added two planes and a Lotus Esprit V8. I'm not sure. This is not a V8. This is a turbo Lotus Esprit as well. We already checked out for the Murder Mystery Reinvited Comic Studio, but now comes for round in another usernames that I just completely browse and for some kind of like the infrastructure like this. I'm gonna be find out as well, and something is absolutely heard outside. I'm not going to be telling you what happened is not gonna be going to buy for like this as well. So anyways, let's get into the Iceberg Synergies profile, and it's not that a little bit for even accurate as even possible. There are a few comic creators like anything as was, and then that must be on top of the line is the Comic Studio, Murder Mystery Comic Studio. It's gotta be for the original one as well, instead of like those things could be for around here. If it was more accurate or more original than quintessential, which is gonna be like this. We already checked out like anything before that they just added Hot Wheels cars like whatever that I just never found out. Let's go here, and we're gonna be seeing. Let's get in a little bit hurry for to do this as well. So as you can see that it says thanks for helping Piper. Show off spoilers. And there must be two Koinamon cookies. And there's nothing single one is going to be for that anyways. So, in the original sprites like themselves, that replace something even unusual. I didn't see that it's not going to be even right here. And I definitely going to be seeing the user comics first, which is not going to be posted somewhere else as well. Even though this is not could be the bad ending as well. It ends in January 3rd at 2024. That's something is absolutely posted like anything as well. So let's get back into the oldest, and since then it was since back on April 15, even for about 2 years ago. It's over 2 years ago, like even to itself, that when they first post of a comic, which is probably that I never heard it of, and the top ratings could be for like here, it's always been the same as well. Even for the reinvited since back in 2023. Of course, this is absolutely a whole bunch of Cookie Run characters like anything itself. Nothing once again that I just going to be find out as well. There are two Koinamons and two current creams. Okay, that must be for only one for some kind of. This is the puppeteer from. It's not gonna be from the Scratch AY. I never seen this before, and I'm never gonna be possible as well. And turns out it turns into some kind of monster and infested around within those people. And even started with Stardust, and there must be a crying Cartman from South Park. I wouldn't believe this isn't going to be for something like it else. And it's nothing that just like the same as Milky Way Cookie. It was the same age or like those things. This is the Kingdom version of Sorbet Shark. And another one is some kind of poison mushroom. And another one is, I don't really think, this is must be onion cookie. And right again, it must be for some kind of, for infested red velvet cookie. That's Piper. That's Onion. That's Puffy. Sorbet Shark. Milky Way. Stardust. Another one is Herald. And could be it's not going to be for a real name. But unfortunately, that doesn't gonna be exist for a real name. How that real name is gonna be find something else. And I have already seen this back in CS Users Obsessions. Another one, it could be for the NBP, which means this will be exactly as well. So, I'm not sure. This is a sour belt cookie. That Dino sour cookie sister could be for right over here. Another one is Ari. It's not gonna be for a little bit for one thing. The fridge ball could be Moonlight Cookies. This is not a nickname from a Moonlight Cookie. That was renamed B based on for some kind of this is mustard cookie. There's nothing around in some kind of sprites as well. Humorize could be as possible like those things. I got something a little bit more bad news for myself and my desktop as well in my computer. It was infested by ants, have taken over from my computer as well. And sometimes my computer might be broken again. Anyways, another one is there's Yaki over here. Another one is IQ. Another one is based on Golden Vampire Cookie, and that must be Earl Grey Cookie, probably. That must be for a horror sprites, or like horror sprites as like these. Another one is the Buff Cake. Could be for round Cinnamon Cookie. This is another one as the same thing. This is gonna be the same character like this. Would be like their twin sisters, like themselves. There is another poison mushroom cookies by itself. And how do we rename it as Rubik's? The AI sherbet could be based on sherbet cookie like the Frost Jack reference. Another prune juice cookie. This means I'm not very sure. Another prune juice cookie, which means Layla. Another one is the Maku, and another one is Naira, like this. Probably that must be the same amount of sprites. There's Fruitberry Cookie, which means is actually like this. Probably based on Hyperheims as the Hype Cookie like himself, and which is absolutely edited something as some kind of vampire cookie reference. Isn't gonna be a little bit real. The T word could be for around as for this thing as well, and which means that was the original name. Original name could be around Rebel Cookie. Up next is Timekeeper Cookie. Could be exactly what she is as well. It's not going to be the same sprite citizen. Another one is the Jester, which means the base stuff for the original name is Mango Cookie. Another like these things as well. It was renamed to LJ Comics. This is the base of the original name. Could be Milky Way Cookie, and hopefully there must be Crib Fan. It could be for around Chest Choco Cookie. The Affogato Cookie could be Alex. That is Alex for some kind of Affogato Cookie based on the original name. Mars could be based off the original name is the Manta Ray Cookie. I'm not sure this isn't going to be that I just actually saying. I was wrong about her. I was wrong about her name anyways. Another one is that Amber Sugar Cookie that renames to Chan. And that was all the names that I just never to be saying like this. There must be a multiple round of sprites like them. And I just gonna be scrolling down all the way into some kind of like this. I'll be scrolling all the way down into the bottom, and that won't be necessary as well. This is actually for the fancy Laboro Augie. It was probably I have already seen this from the previous video, and I definitely that I just already found out as well. So thanks again, like anything for these ways. I might not gonna be added for somewhere as to do so. I definitely using for my crossovers. This is not my crossovers. I use the crossovers that I added something is absolutely for one thing. Even additionally, that must be some kind of like the Hot Wheel City. Even though I just eventually using the Cozy Cafe characters like themselves, And look how it does not going to be for as well. And I definitely that I'm not gonna be finding around for the Hyperheim's Dump Comic Studio. I'm not gonna be going to say for Dump as well. And so here it is. It could be for one thing. There is Sunny's Dump for fandoms. I won't be insane that I just going to be find out. I didn't realize that it's going to be for around here. There's Makey's Dump as well that I just added Ferrari cars over here. In the meantime, I just added something like it's not going to be important as well. But looks like the storm is on the way and is going to be coming into my location, and that won't be necessary as well to tear down my house. Of course, that we added absolutely characters like themselves, like based on Cookie Run characters, that I put it right here in Hot Wheels City. And even though there must be multiple cozy cafe characters like them as well, and one thing over here, and another one could be from a toy Jeep from Hill Climb Racing 2. It was probably that I just put it over here in front of the Canterlot High over here for one itself. At the dealership, 2 cookies, 1 robot. That's not gonna be making no difference as well, beyond with those cars. I didn't add some kind of vehicles whatsoever until I just gonna be put it right over here for some real life cars around the Hot Wheels City. I'm not gonna be just trying to use like anyways as well. So that was all of these things as well. Until the next video, could be for around as well. Right onto the hard top over here. So I wouldn't believe this isn't going to be for exactly what I just never told for. And for some kind of videos, it won't be necessary as well that I just try to do so. And probably just like in the previous video, the link is going to be into the description below. And so, thanks for watching, and don't forget the main website is going to be over here, and it's also into the description like anything as well. Nothing since like anything as well that everything is might gonna happen for me as well. Even that I wasn't gonna be the incident though to review like one of the OC of those comic creators like themselves. There must be too many comic creators out there, except I'm not sure. I'm probably not very sure that OC Comic Studios might gonna get deleted, except video games and other kinds of variety of shows. And that was probably, I guess. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna be see you in another video soon. I'll be signing off, and I'll talk to you many lads and comic studio users all later.